Hello, welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. If you clicked on this video, you already know what we're talking about. There's been a slight change in the studio. We have an actual board game table, not the card table that I've used for the past almost 2 years of production here on the channel, upgrading from a cheap little $20 card table to a immaculate $80 card table that we had in studio for a good part of a year or more. We now have an official game table from Game Theory Tables. This is the first, in the first lineup of tables that they've produced, and it is called the Origin. The Kickstarter, if you're watching this on the day it was published, just launched today, and if you want to get your hands on one of these tables, within this year, within 2021, swing over there before you even finish this video and check out all the specifications and details. That being said, this video is going to be my thoughts around why I am excited to get a game table, what I am looking forward to in terms of quality of life improvements, both here in the studio and as a board gamer as a whole, and then my thoughts on the features, the build of this table, just my general impressions after having it and living with it for about a week at this point. Along with that, the other, and I would say most important part of this video, outside of making you aware that Game Theory Tables has launched a Kickstarter, is to ask you what you want me to play on this table. Because here's my thought. They did send me this table so that I could utilize it, so that I could have it in studio, so that I could talk about what they're producing, and have a chance to, thoroughly and accurately cover and review and demonstrate how this table works. So, the best way for us to make that happen, leave a comment down below letting me know the game that you would like to see me play the most on this table over the next month as this Kickstarter is running. Could be Kingdom Death, Spirit Island, Terraforming Mars, could be this War of Mine, or any other range of games. If I don't have it here in studio, I'll go out of my way to make sure that I can get it to the table. The comment with the most thumbs up, and then the comment that is repeated the most, so there's two categories here. First off, the very top comment, and second off, the comment or game that is stated multiple times, I will create gameplay videos or how to play videos or some type of coverage around that game here on the Origin. And with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about this table. First off, it would begrudge me if I didn't mention just how ridiculous and heavy this is. This is a ash table, which means it takes stain very nicely. It is a hardwood. My duck tipped over there. It takes stain very nicely. It is a hardwood, and it usually resembles or has similarities to oak. This is a beautiful but very, very beefy table. I mean, lifting up 3 boxes, which included the legs, the topper, and the core system here, made this quite a process to get upstairs. I had to have my little brother help, and it took 2 of us to set it up. Now, the setup and the build of this table was not too extensive. I'm going to be honest, it took us probably 15 minutes or so to open up the box, figure out how the legs attached, and then ratchet them on. There's going to be 2 bolts on every single leg, and those just slide into position. Well, 4 bolts on every single leg, 2 in each side. They slide into position, and then you just have to tighten them. And your table is ready to go. On the top here right now, you're seeing the topper that you can get. This is going to be what converts this into a living space or a dining space table. It comfortably seats 6. You could squeeze 8 into the table if you wanted, but for the most part, this will be a dining room 6-seater. From there, we have something really interesting and really special. These toppers, are going to fold and pop off, and I have to... I'm telling you, that wood is no joke. So here's the thing that I might be the most excited about. How cool is this? So this is going to be a suede playmat that goes here in the center, and if you notice, we have our own custom engraving here. This is going to be the Quackalope logo with a bright Quackalope yellow, and I am incredibly thrilled to have this. But you could get your own suede topper in any style, design, or there's some vinyl options as well to give you a little bit of variability for what is going to be inlaid and recessed into this table space. And recessed into this table space. And from here, we now are talking about an entirely different product. The top was a very nice ash dining table. Now, we're sitting in front of a legitimate gaming table with a 4-inch recess here. 6, I believe, 8 different cup holders. Slots to keep components, or ducks if you're like me. Little areas that can pop off where you have modifiers that can go on, like dice towers, dice trays, other drink holders and cup holders. And like I said, a spill-resistant or waterproof suede playmat here that is probably the nicest feeling playmat I've ever came across. If you ever messed with poker tables or anything like that, the company that actually is producing this table has built their namesake by crafting, I believe they're the leader in custom designed and produced poker tables and gambling tables. So like blackjack tables and things that you'd find in casinos, at competitions, or in private residences for those that love to sit around and play some cards. Personally, blackjack is my flavor of choice. My stepmom and I go and we have a grand old time up in Illinois. But this is an absolutely fascinating mat. So, my thoughts around this table so far. I've had it for about a week. I haven't used it to play a ton of games yet. I have some friends coming over hopefully soon where we'll be able to check it out and get some video footage of us playing games on the table here. But my initial impressions, initial thoughts. I like how straightforward and clean this table is. From the topper being a simple kind of layer, I'm able to put my my wool blanket over top of it if I want the studio to still look kind of like it did before. The legs don't have anything underneath them, crisscrosses or bars or things. I always personally get very annoyed when my thighs squeeze up against the top of the table, or there's things that don't allow my legs to just extend comfortably. And this table doesn't have any of that. It's very simple in its design and its approach, and this table is sturdy. I mean, even if I am pushing on it, the degree of wobble or shake that you'd normally get is just completely dampened by the couple 100 pounds of weight pressing down. Now, once you have it built, it being sturdy may be an issue only if you're trying to move it, but if you have a dedicated space, which I think this table genuinely needs, if you have a dedicated space to keep it and display it and utilize it, well, that sturdiness is going to come in handy. This table does not feel like it is going to pull apart, come apart, fall apart in any shape or form. I like these recessed inlays. I like that I can keep components here or snacks or whatever I want. Not snacks, I mean probably snacks. It is Quackalope after all. I like the cup holders. I do want to get the bronze ones. That's a upgrade that you can get on the Kickstarter itself. I think they look really nice with this yellow. I like this system. This confused me at first because I wasn't sure when I first got the table why these kind of just pop on and off here. But the fact that these are interchangeable with other types of modifiers, dice towers, or areas to hold more resources that actually stack up, I think it's really cool, and I think it's a very, very simple way to approach a board game table. I mean, at the heart of it, that is what this is for me. This is a high-quality, well-built, like, heavily constructed table that approached board gaming and approached the board game space from the stance of what is going to make it simple for you to play games. That's the biggest thing that I'm excited about here with an actual gaming table. I mean, I want like 3 of these things, right? Because here's the thing. On Quackalope, one of the biggest frustrations is I don't get to play campaign games time and time again. We set up a table on the on the top here, we film and then we break down, and my space is very small and limited, and so utilizing the space I have really gets sort of complicated for time. I can put a game down here, I can be playing through it personally, either a solo campaign or playing with a group of people, and still, if I need to film or have dinner or work on my computer, I can pop the tops on, put the blanket back over it if I want to protect the table, and I don't have to worry about the game that's down here. Let's be honest. The odds are Kingdom Death Monster is going to live underneath the curtain of this table for way too long, because that is a game that is hard for me to get out. It's hard for me to justify the time it takes to, open it and place it and get everything set up and be ready to play and remember where I was when I first left off the campaign. I mean, the amount of games we consume and play, even if I love it, it is a hard thing for me to manage. This gives me the chance to dig into and pursue a campaign, whether it is solo on my own or here on camera with all of you. So, those are my thoughts. That's my initial impressions of this. I will be filming on this table throughout the course of the next month, covering, showing off, talking about my experiences with it. I just kind of wanted to let you know the Kickstarter was happening, show you, exactly what this thing looks like, and encourage you to let me know what you want to see played on this table. And let's push the line. Let's challenge things a bit. What would be complicated to do? One thing I do have to note, just for anyone that is interested or curious, this is a table that I believe could comfortably fit 8 people. But really it's designed for 6. The legs are pretty big on the side here, and so squeezing people in would require a little bit of shuffling. Along with that, my reach, I'm a 5'6", 5'7" individual, and my arm length hits right around the midpoint of this table. And so, while that's not the biggest issue, it is something to keep in mind. You're going to want to set this up in a place that allows people to gather around it, that gives you room to explore and experience. I mean, a gaming table is a showcase piece, especially one like this. And so, if you're considering it, swing over to that Kickstarter. Right now, they're running a deal that gives you a steep percentage off and guarantees it to be delivered within this next year, as long as you're early enough in the lineup. And so, if you've thought to yourself, well, I'd love to have a gaming table by August, here you go. Game Theory Tables. The Origin. I like it. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions down below. I'll be happy to answer any and everything I can. And like I said, let me know what you want to see me play. I'm excited to give this a run and share that experience with you over the course of the next month. Whatever you do, though, remember to do the important thing. Get out and play some games. We'll see you next time. Thank you.